Transformers 96 here with another review. This time we have the Avengers, I'm going to say 6-inch movie series Hulk. So here we go. So I've always struggled with what to call these things. I really don't know what type of series they're in, but they're in those little boxes that you can actually feel the figure and everything. You can see it behind him. It's not closed in. I don't know. There's no really name for the series of toys. They're just kind of 6-inch toys, and they come out for pretty much most of the superheroes. There's not a wide range of characters, but there are a couple characters to each series. So yeah, so I picked up Hulk. So before we go into the figure, let's just go over the box. Of course, there's the packaging. Really, it's just this, and then you've got a couple string ties, and then some string ties at the feet. It's a very cheap toy line. Definitely say that. But sometimes they produce some really cool stuff. So yeah, so you got a decent picture of the Hulk, and the other two. The only thing that's strange is though that they do have other Avengers figures. They have a Captain America, and they have an Iron Man, and I'm not sure if they have Thor or not. I'm not sure. But this is the old Thor and the old Captain America, so I find that strange. I would have really expected the new Iron Man and the new Captain America to be on there, but they don't have it. So yeah, it just says introducing the Incredible Hulk. So very cool. So overall, this figure, I went. When I saw it for first time, I thought it was pretty cool. I picked it up at Kohl's. That's pretty much the only place I can find these figures is Kohl's, which is mostly a clothing store. You know, they have an appliance section, a small toy section, you know, stuff like that. And they have this guy for some reason. So I thought it looked cool. As you can see, the price, if you can see it here, there you go, $16.99. But of course, they're way overpriced. That's just how they do it. They way overprice things. And then they just always have a sale going on everything, and they always just send you coupons. So I think after I paid with all the coupons and everything, it came down to about $7 for this figure, something like that. But anyway, finally onto the figure. Enough with my ranting. So as you can see, the Hulk here. So what impressed me with this was not really the face sculpt. I'm not too into the face sculpt. If we get it close, and the face sculpt is just, I'm not loving it. There we go, let's get it focused. You know, you can tell it's the Hulk for sure, but it's just not that good of a Hulk. It doesn't really represent Mark Ruffalo great. But for a more cheap toy line, it is a decent representation of the Hulk as far as his face. And as far as the body, the actual body sculpt, I like it. I think the design's pretty nice in it. I mean, just the whole, the muscle sculpts are actually really cool. I do like the overall design, and I think that it has to do with the lack of articulation, which is always a bad thing typically, but on this figure, it might actually work towards it, because we do have plenty of articulated Hulks, but the sculpting, you know, it's good, but you can see the joints and everything. Here, there's no joints, so it's very seamless. It has some really cool muscles in it. I do like that. The only thing is with the chest here, I think that the abs and everything, they're just like kind of gone. You can kind of see the kind of like bumps for them, but not too much. And overall, it's painted pretty nicely. I mean, you've got green with the black, highlights in it. And unfortunately for a lot of people, this is a better paint job as far as in the muscles and everything than the 6-inch Hulk. I mean, I will do a comparison, and that 6-inch Hulk has some great sculpting, but there's just the one green paint on it. This is green with a bunch of black shading to make it look more muscular and stuff, which is cool. His pants, of course, are the light purple. They're lighter than the Select. They're pretty much the exact color of the 6-inch Hulk. That's the Walmart exclusive one. Then you've got his feet down here, sculpted nicely. Of course, the muscles are actually really cool. So overall, I'm a big fan of the muscles. As far as articulation, you could probably see all the joints right here. Ball joint head, which does move a lot. You know, I do like the heads. They have good articulation. You can look side to side a lot, which is really cool. And then just swivel shoulders and swivel hips. So the basic articulation, good head movement, and then just everything else is crap. But I think that might be something that works for it. You can see a bunch of the veins and everything in here, which is really nicely done. And yeah, overall pretty cool. So now let's get into the Hulk comparisons. There's a bunch of them. So yeah, there's the Hulk in the middle, and then let's put on the other side the Select Hulk, probably the biggest Hulk of them all. So very nice. And then we've got the 6-inch Hulk, and then just for good measure, why don't we throw in the 3 3/4-inch Hulk. So overall, pretty cool. As you can see, some of the differences, like I'm talking with the paint, the sculpting is much better over here, but the paint is just better. Overall, it's a really neat Hulk. I think that it's nice. you know, would I recommend it over these guys? I think that the Select one is fantastic. I would never recommend it over the Select one. And if you can find it cheap enough, if you need to spend like a bunch of money to get the Walmart one, this might be a decent substitute. You might want to think about that. And overall, it's a decent Hulk. I think that out of all of them, toy-wise, it is the worst for sure. But for what it is, and for the toy line that it comes from, and for how much articulation he has, it's not a bad Hulk. It's pretty cool. So definitely don't get me confused by saying that it's better than these guys. It absolutely is not. But for the toy line that it's from, and for the cheap toys that they're known for, it's actually a decent representation of the Hulk, and I'm pretty happy with it. So there you go. So you know, you can get it for a good deal at Kohl's or something. You know, it might definitely be worth it for you. It's just, if nothing else, if you have all the other Hulks, it's just a really cool Hulk figure. You can never have too many Hulks. So overall, a pretty nice figure. Oh, also, if like, would it go better in scale with anybody? I thought about that, and just really no, because I mean, it's way too big for the 3¼ line, so it's not good in scale with that. And it's slightly smaller, it's slightly shorter than the 6" line, so it will just do even worse for that. So overall, you can't, sometimes you can substitute these figures to get them in scale, like the Destroyer. They came out with a Destroyer with one of these, and that Destroyer went great with the 3¼ line, but this guy, he wouldn't work as far as the 3¼ line or the 6" line. But overall, it's a neat Hulk. I definitely get the others first, but this is a pretty cool one. So there you go. So that's my review of the Avengers movie series Hulk. Might get the Iron Man, I'm not sure yet, but for now I'm going to stick with the Hulk. Pretty cool. Thanks for watching.